Hello all. This session is actually a continuation of maps. In maps, actually, we looked into when exactly we need to go for a kind of mapping visualization, and also we looked into how we can actually create a simple map and what are the different types of options that is available with mapping. As a continuation of this, I just wanted to talk about two things in this session. One is your edit locations and another one is your map layers. These are basically options that could be used along with your maps so that, few kind of problems that you might be facing with the regular mapping could be resolved with these two options. So let's see how this has been achieved basically. First of all, let us try to understand what is the meaning of edit locations as well as the map layers. Talking about a map layer is nothing but a feature which will allow you to add customization to the map that you have been created. So which means that this map layer comes up with a kind of features that you can use it to make your to make your look beautiful, or you can do certain kind of customizations with this map layer. So whatever I speak, you will not be in a position to understand what I'm speaking about unless and until we see what is the meaning of a map layer. So let's get inside our Tableau environment to understand what is actually a map layer and what are the different options available with map layer. So let's get inside our Tableau environment. So you can see that, yeah, I'm just there with my global Superstore 2017 data. And you know very well that a map could be created when you have this kind of geographical data dimension. When you have it, then you can create a map. Just double click on the map. So once you have double clicked on the map, it is going to automatically create the latitude and longitude, and you will be in a position to see these maps. This is something which we know already and we worked on it. Okay. So what other thing we did was, like, we can put the sales. If you want to see the sales as per the the state, if you want to see, you can see that by making use of this kind of color coding. We saw this. Now why we are here is because just we wanted to explore the option called as map layers. I already told you about these background maps, right? So when you click on a satellite, it looks like a kind of satellite image. Okay, so this is how it looks. So these are certain things that we have already discussed about it. These are the backgrounds basically. Now, what we need to see is that map layers. So now I have clicked on the map layer. Once I have clicked on the map layer, what you can see at this left-hand side is what is the map layer options. So as you can see here, the first one is supposed to be dealt with the backgrounds. So here also you have an option to decide on, the type of background that you wanted to have it. So when I selected dark, you can understand that it is having a dark one. And outdoor also it could be chosen as a option. And this is how it looks for your outdoor option. So let me just keep it as light. Okay, so this is the first thing. Then you have something called as a washout percentage. The name denotes what is the meaning of a washout percentage. Just let me just increase this value and see what happens. Okay, so we have just increased this values, and then just I have kept it to 100. Okay, so what happened here is, as I reduce these values, what you can see in the map is this is the one which you're seeing. So the extra external things which is represented along with your data pane, if you wanted to wash out that completely, you can just increase this size so that the entire thing is gone. Only you are able to see the type of visualization that you have created. So that's the meaning of washout option here. And then along with that, if you just click on this repeat background, okay, so this repeat background has actually brought in the background that we have earlier had. So just unchecking on it will take out that. Okay. So along with that, we have two more options. One is called as a background map layer and other is called as a data layer. Okay, so there are a lot of options under my background map layers also. So let's try to, we will not be in a position to use each of the things. However, we can just check on what is a coastline. Okay, so once I clicked on coastline, you can see that this coastline is being displayed. Okay, so you can see the coastline very clearly once I have clicked on the coastline. So just I'm unchecking my coastline, all these highlights has been again gone. Okay, so let me just again highlight it with a coastline. You just understand the difference, what has happened. All right. So similarly, you can just click on a terrain and you can, again, that is also marking where exactly these terrains are there. Okay. And you want to see the light country or a region. Again, you can check light country or the region. So that option is going to be enabled. All right, so this is how there are different types of, just click on water labels and we can understand what are the different water labels which is there in your map. So likewise, like most of the, I wouldn't say that every option works actually, but most of the options like coastline or something like that does actually work. So this is related to the background map layers. And then we, so these are the different types of layers that you can add to your map. Whichever layer you wanted it to be enabled in your map, you can very well go ahead and enable it using this option. And one more thing is more detailed layering, which is there is your data layer. So data layer will actually give you data wise layering. Okay. So say for example, if you wanted to find out the female age median US. Okay. So this is going to give you the option here. You can see here. So in this 31 to 38 female age, how many people are there? You can find out with this color. And 37 to 39, how many female is there? So this is the idea of using your data layer. So this is a kind of more detailed view or a detailed layering that you could do with your maps. Okay. So even a black or a African Americans, if you wanted to see, you can see it here. So 2018 black or African is like 4,000 to 39,000 is this much people are there. So with this color coding, you could actually understand how many, I mean, as per the race, how much sales have happened. We can understand that also. Okay, so this is the one more type of layering, which is a very detailed kind of layering that you can add to your maps so that you would actually make more meaning with the data, more meaning with your data basically. So that's what is about the map layers, and these are the different options that you can try with your map layers. I hope you got an idea on what is the meaning of a map layer. Now what is left out is that we need to understand what is the meaning of a custom location. So all right, so let me just get inside my PPT. So just to we understood what is a map layer and we have seen the demo as well. Now the next part is we wanted to understand or what we want to try or what are we expecting to try to do it in edit location. See, what happened was like when we tried to create a map, what happened was you just double clicked on the state, automatically a map got generated, which means that a Tableau took care of pinpointing each of the state with its corresponding latitude and longitude in the map. Okay, so this happened automatically. But what will happen if you will give a data which is not recognized by my Tableau? Okay, so there is always a possibility that you give some city which a Tableau is not in a position to identify which city is that or which state is that. Maybe the database is not having that information. So in that situation, we should be having an option where you can make your Tableau to recognize your location. Okay, so that is what you call it as a edit location option in your map. Okay, so to understand this, first of all, let's get inside our Tableau environment. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is that I'm just going to take some data which I have created, which is nothing but a simple data where cities is there and city-wise sales is there. Okay, so now you can see that there are two, one dimension is there and one sale measure is there. But if I have to generate a map for this, first of all, what I need something like, this shouldn't be a text data type. It should be a geographic data type, basically. So I need to convert this first of all. So let me just go to the cities, and what we have is basically a geographic role. This is what I need to add. So what is the role that I'm going to add is city is the role that I'm going to add it. So once I have added this role, what happened is that my data type is completely being changed to the globe, which means that I have got a geolocated data. Okay, fine. Now, once I have a geolocated data, naturally, I will be in a position to work with maps. Absolutely, no doubt about it. So when I double click on this, okay, when I double click on this data, what happens is that obviously it is creating a map for me, but it is not able to recognize whatever cities I have given here in this particular field, whatever I have given in this table. My definitely my map is not unable to recognize that. Okay, so this is where the concept of edit locations comes into place. In fact speaking, if we go to our map, you will get an option like edit locations. But in my version, like, because it's an online version, we do not get an option for the edit options. So I'm just going to show you the screenshots where you can understand how the edit locations is basically being done. So once I have put on this, I just drag the cities um, into my Tableau. But what happened was that nothing happened. It just showed me a map. All right, it just showed me a map. But generally speaking, it will it will mention at the down point. If you see here, it is mentioning it as 3 unknown, which means that the data, whatever is there in this particular file, I am unable to locate it in the map. That's the meaning of it. So once you double click on this, you get an option like this. So this options is like you have edit locations. So this is what we are interested in. So when you will just click on the edit location, what happens is that it is going to take you to this table. Okay. Suppose, for example, the data that I had was dealing with this country India, but automatically, the country or region is being selected as United States. That's one reason why it is unable to locate the corresponding city. Okay, so once I click on this, then I can select the country that I wanted to select it. Once I have done that, again, like, if it is in United States itself, you have, your map is unable to find out some city or something like that, then you can just go to your state and your province, and then you try to select that one. Okay, so this is the next step you will do it. Once you have selected all these things, then see here, as soon as you type, you will find a matching things. Okay, suppose, for example, it is not only that unknown field. Sometimes you will write the field with some spelling mistake is there. So if there is some spelling mistake, also the map cannot recognize your field, right? So at that point, what you can do is obviously you can just go and do this manual select matching location search over here. Once you search here, it will display the place. So you can select it and then click on OK. So then your map will be in a position to locate the data in your map. Most of the time, this will work. In the worst case, if you are unable to find any city, like, in this database, if you search it by Ohio, you don't get a city like Ohio. Okay. So at that point of time, what you need to do is that you need to manually enter your latitude and the longitude. So for this, what I have to do is I just have to go to my Google, and then I can just type on the city for which I'm trying to search for the latitude and the longitude. Once you give this, once you search, you will get the latitude and the longitude. Once obtained, what you are going to do is, of course, you can just copy down and paste it over here and click on OK. So this is the meaning of manually locating your locations. Okay. So you manually enter your latitudes and your longitudes for the city or the state or the province that you have selected, that you have entered in your data, for which Tableau is unable to find its location. Just because of the reason Tableau is unable to find out the location, I make sure that Tableau could understand the location by manually entering my latitude and the longitude value for the city which is there in my corresponding data. Okay, so this is the meaning of editing the locations. So this is the manually editing the locations. So just now what we have got is that we have explored almost all of the options that is available with map, even looking into the edit locations as well as the map layers. Hope you have got a good understanding on maps. Now, in the next session, it's time for us to go ahead and understand the calculated fields. So we'll spend some time to understand calculated fields. So that's all I have for this session. Thank you.